How's it going, Blazers? Working to bring you specifications you can relate to so you can make an educated decision on your purchases. One of these knives is going to be the knife of the year for my choice. The other is a shameless plug of my design that will be out probably 2020, so next year, which is very soon. But we're going to look at these two. Thank you to Zach Stuff for providing the Benchmade proper on top, and then thank you to me for providing this knife here, the Real Steel Luna. So those ones are the two knives that are up. And this is something that I was kind of looking at to see which one would be the better one for my use, my purposes. But also check out these two channels that came up to my attention fairly recently. So UK Legal Knives, he actually made me think about a better way to use Lyman pull gauge to actually get weight for slip joints. Because I was like, how am I going to do that? I don't know how I'm going to measure that. I can't really hook onto the Lyman pull gauge onto any part of it. And then I have these around, and he was like, I was asking him, well, how do you get the measurement? He attaches a quick stud, and I use dental floss and actually pull on it with the Lyman pull gauge. So that's where I'm able to get the measurements on these two knives as far as what it is from close to half stop, and then open, and then close to half stop, and all the way closed. So those are the things that you're able to get from the channel as far as some of the specifications that you might not get from some of the other ones. But we'll get right into it for this one. So we'll start off with the hand sizing chart. We'll go with the adult women's hand, and that's going to be for the Benchmade, and then also for the Real Steel. And then we'll go and look at down for the adult male hand for the Benchmade, and also for the Real Steel knife. So that's going to be the two there. Weight wise, you're going to be looking at, for the Benchmade knife, is about 2.1 ounces. And in this variation, which is a Blade HQ exclusive, it's going to be 1.5 ounces. So that's going to be quite a bit of weight difference between the two. Similar materials for the carbon fiber. And then for pricing wise, Benchmade is going to be coming in at 204. Real Steel is going to come in at 89.95. And then Benchmade is as about MSRP about 240. So Lyman pull gauge side, so this is the way we're going to get the measurement for it. So you can actually hear kind of the walk and talk of these. So for the Benchmade one, right there. And then you can also have the Real Steel as far as how this one sounds. So for the Benchmade one, so we'll start with that. So 3 pounds, 6.9. That's basically from the close to the half stop, and then another 3 pounds, 8.3 ounces from half stop to full open, and then opposite direction is 3.16 and 3.51. So that's going to be the measurements that I got from it for this knife. And then for this one is going to be coming in quite a bit less. So from the full stop or full close, 2 pounds, 6 ounces. And then for the full open, which is going to be 2 pounds, 4.8. And then back close, 2 pounds, 12.2 ounces. And then 2 pounds, 4.7. So this one is a lot more enjoyable as far as being open and close. Some feel that it should be a little bit stronger for a spring, and it could be, but I find it to be pretty useful for that. So that's going to be that knife there as far as the weight for it, as far as how that is. So that's some of the measurement that I got from the Lyman pull gauge. I utilize that for this now, and also I do it for flipper tabs as well as regular thumb studs. So now I can do it for the actual slip joint. So thank you again to UK Legal Knives. And also check out a new channel. So she broke off from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So now she has sharp and pointy swags. So swags that you folks know of. She has her own Instagram and also YouTube channel. So head over there, subscribe to both of those channels, UK Legal Carry Knives, and also Sharp and Pointy Swags. So check out those channels, send them a subscription, and then see what they have going on. So they're going to be getting going on those. So for these two, for the way to open it is traditional. There's no other real way to do those. For the actual blade length, so 2.8 for both of them. So there's a minor difference for it as far as the length, but 2.8 basically for it. And then you have the clip point drop point. For this one, both flat grinds. For the knife, this one has a higher flat grind for the real steel version, and then also behind the edge thickness. So that's where you're going to be taking out that sheet of paper, basically from your printer. So grab a few. So the Benchmade one, behind the edge thickness, is going to be about 6 sheets of paper, about 24 thousandths. And then you're going to have the real steel, which is about 4 sheets of paper and about 16 thousandths behind the edge. Blade stock thickness is about 3.2. Again, both about the same for that 2.2 millimeters for that blade stock. And then you're going to have no pocket clip for this one, but you do get a pocket clip for the real steel knife. So that is this one here, as far as that deep carry, kind of that loop over. And it is a very interesting one as far as that goes as well. So for the out of the pocket, so since this is the one that has a pocket clip for it, also the weight that it takes to pull it out of the pocket is 1 pound, 1.4 ounces. So basically anything under 2 seems to be pretty decent. Some horrible clips are like 5 pounds to pull out of your pocket. But then blade steel is where it's going to be really a stark difference for it. And it's kind of an interesting thing for it too, because you basically have to choose what you would like better. So basically the S90V up on top is going to be basically about S90V, and then you have the N690 on the bottom. So N690 is going to be corrosion resistant side, going to be better, probably about 54% better. And the S90V on top is going to be about 54% better on edge retention if heat treat is done correctly, and to do a pretty good heat treat as well. So that's going to be the trade-off for some of that. And then let me know as far as which one you would prefer for the steel itself too. These go for about, they were sharpened about the same as well, so about 35 degrees inclusive for both of them here. So out of all of those things, which one do you like the best, and which one do you feel I'm going to choose for my knife of the year? So that's going to be a full-size Griptilian. This is going to be a Delica, just to give you some size comparisons for that. And then kind of just throwing it in there because I think it's kind of cool. New maker knife. This one is just out there. You can pick those up. They're pretty neat. So out of those, I am going with the real steel knife. I would prefer, of course, a USA made, but what they've done with the real steel is really fantastic for the knife. So just the way that it sounds is great. The pocket clip itself, I like the look of this. I like how it handles, sits in pocket. The actual screws are screwed in from inside out, and then they're just flush. So it's really nice for that as well. I like a lot about this knife. And so, and also kind of another thing about it is, so for the price of this one, about $204, you can get this one, and you can buy this one. So this is $204. This is about that $89, $90. This is about $95. So you can get these two for the price of that one. And also they have some like Carta versions that are out there somewhere as far as exclusives somewhere. So a lot of different variants. But for me, this one really stood out. I was going to have a Civivi knife for the Terra. That was going to be my choice for the year. But this one really just came in right at the end of the year. And I'm really liking the knife. And it's one that I find me picking up and putting in my pocket quite a bit. So thank you, again, Zach Stuff, for providing the Benchmade. And then these are the ones from Real Steel for the Luna. So I would recommend checking it out. I'll definitely recommend buying it if you like this style. And then it's just fantastic. So check it out. Let me know in the comments down below as far as what you think. And have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. And thank you very much.